They call me inmate 8845M. I'm 32 years old, and I've been in federal prison for 7 years. I'm serving 20 years. I killed a man, but I never left my apartment. I never touched him. I never even saw his face. I made a phone call. One phone call. And 28 minutes later, Andrew Finch was dead on his front porch, shot by police. I'm what they call a swatter. And I'm here to tell you that online actions have real-world consequences. Deadly consequences. If you're a gamer, if you're into online drama, if you've ever thought about swatting someone as a joke or revenge, you need to hear this story. Because I thought it was just a prank. Just something to mess with someone. Just pixels and screens and nothing real. But it was real. A man died, a family was destroyed, and I'm serving 20 years in federal prison for manslaughter. This isn't a game, this is my life now, and it should terrify you. Let me take you back to 2017. I was 25 years old, living in Los Angeles, working part-time at a call center, but most of my life, I lived online. Gaming, streaming, Discord servers, Twitter beef. That was my world. I spent 12, 14 hours a day online. I had more online friends than real ones. My online reputation mattered more to me than my actual life. I was good at games, Call of Duty, mostly, and I had a reputation in the community. People knew my handle. I was somebody online, even if I was nobody in real life. But I had another reputation too. I was a swatter. If you don't know what swatting is, let me explain. It's when you call 911 and make a fake emergency report, usually a hostage situation or active shooter, at someone's address. The police send a SWAT team. Armed officers surround the house. Sometimes they break down doors. Sometimes people get hurt. And online, people thought it was hilarious. I'd done it maybe 15 times before. Streamers I didn't like, people who beat me in games, random addresses people gave me for $50. I'd call in fake hostage situations, watch the police show up on their streams, laugh with my Discord friends. Nobody ever got seriously hurt, so I thought it was harmless. Just a prank, just chaos, just entertainment. I was wrong about everything. December 2017, I was in a Call of Duty match, got into an argument with two guys over a $1.50 bet. Yeah, you heard that right. $1.50. They were talking trash. I was talking trash back. It escalated. One of them said, "You won't do anything. You're all talk." I said, "Give me your address. I'll swat you right now." He gave me an address. 1033 West McCormick Street, Wichita, Kansas. Here's what I didn't know. He gave me a fake address. A random address. Not his house. Just some house in Wichita. But I didn't care. I didn't check. I just wanted to win the argument. Show him I wasn't all talk. So I called 911 in Wichita. I used a spoof number to make it look local. And I said, "I just shot my dad in the head. He's dead. I have my mom and little brother in the closet with a gun. I poured gasoline all over the house. If anyone comes near, I'm lighting it and shooting everyone." I gave them the address, 1033 West McCormick, and I hung up. On my screen, my Discord friends were laughing. "You actually did it. This is going to be insane." I pulled up the Wichita police scanner online, waited to hear the response, and then I went back to gaming. Because to me, it was already over. Just another SWAT. Just another funny story. What I didn't know was that Andrew Finch was at 1033 West McCormick. He was 28 years old. He was visiting his mother and his niece. When police got my call, they took it seriously. A man claiming he'd killed his father and was holding hostages with gasoline, they sent everything. SWAT team, negotiators, snipers. Over a dozen officers surrounded the house. Andrew was inside, playing video games with his niece. He had no idea what was happening outside. His mother heard something and looked out the window, saw police everywhere, told Andrew to go see what was going on. Andrew opened the front door, confused, unarmed, just wondering why there were cops at his mother's house. The police yelled at him to put his hands up. He raised them. But then, confused by the shouting, he lowered one hand toward his waistband. An officer thought he was reaching for a gun. And he fired one shot. Andrew Finch fell on his front porch. He died minutes later. Andrew Finch had no connection to me. He'd never played Call of Duty with me. He wasn't the person I was arguing with. He was just a random person living his life. And I got him killed. I heard it on the scanner. Shots fired. One down. And I froze. My Discord friends went quiet. Someone said, "Wait, did someone actually get shot?" I closed everything. Shut down my computer. My hands were shaking. I kept thinking, that can't be real. That didn't just happen. But it did happen. The news picked it up within hours. Man killed by police in swatting incident in Wichita. They showed his picture. Andrew Finch, 28 years old, father of 2 young kids. The FBI started investigating immediately. They traced the 911 call. They traced my IP address through the spoofing service. They traced my online activity. 3 days later, they arrested me in my apartment in Los Angeles. I was charged with involuntary manslaughter, making a false police report, cyberstalking, and a bunch of other federal charges. My lawyer said, "This is serious. Someone died. You're looking at 20 to 30 years. I thought he was exaggerating. I thought, I didn't pull the trigger, the cop did. How is this my fault? But the prosecutor explained it to me real clear. You created the situation. You called in a fake emergency, knowing police would respond with force. You put an innocent man in danger. He's dead because of you. That's manslaughter." The trial was a nightmare. They showed the 911 call. My voice, calm and cold, describing a murder and hostage situation that never happened. They showed body cam footage. Andrew opening his door. Confused. Hands up. Then down. Then the shot. Then him falling. They brought his mother to testify. She talked about hearing the gunshot, running outside, finding her son bleeding on the porch, dying in her arms. She looked at me and said, "You did this over a video game. My son is dead because you wanted to win an argument." She was right. Andrew Finch died because I was mad about a $1.50 bet in Call of Duty, because I wanted to prove I wasn't all talk, because I thought swatting was funny. The jury found me guilty of involuntary manslaughter and multiple federal charges. The judge gave me 20 years in federal prison. He said, "You weaponized the police. You turned law enforcement into your personal tool for harassment, and someone died. You will serve every day of this sentence thinking about that." I was 25 years old, and my life was over. I've been here for 7 years. I'm 32 now. I have 13 years left. I'll be 45 when I get out, if I get out on time. Federal prison is different. No parole. You serve 85% minimum. So even with good behavior, I'm here until I'm at least 42. Every day is the same. Wake up, breakfast, work detail, lunch, rec time, dinner, cell, sleep. I haven't touched a video game in 7 years. Haven't been online, haven't seen a meme or a stream or a Discord server. The internet that was my entire life is completely gone. And I think about Andrew every single day. I think about his kids growing up without a father, his mother losing her son, his family destroyed, all because I made a phone call to win an argument. If you're part of online gaming culture, if you've ever thought about swatting, if you think it's just a prank, listen to me. Swatting is not a prank. It's not funny. It's attempted murder. When you call 911 and fake an emergency, you're sending armed police to someone's house. Police who think there's a hostage situation. Police who think their lives are in danger. Police who have their fingers on triggers. Someone can die, and if they do, you go to prison for manslaughter, maybe murder. You might think, well, the cop pulled the trigger, not me. That doesn't matter. Legally, you created the dangerous situation. You're responsible. You might think, I'm just a kid, they'll go easy on me. They won't. Federal crimes don't care about your age. Swatting is a federal offense. You will do federal time. You might think, I'm anonymous online. They can't trace me. They can. The FBI is very good at finding swatters. They will find you. Here's the thing about living online. You forget that real people exist on the other side of the screen. When you're in a Discord call laughing about swatting someone, it doesn't feel real. It feels like content, like drama, like entertainment. But it is real. The addresses are real houses. The people are real people. The consequences are real. I spent so much time online that I forgot how to think about real-world consequences. To me, Swatting was just something that happened on screens. Police showing up was just funny chaos. It never felt like I was actually endangering people, but I was. Every single time. Andrew Finch was real. His kids were real. His mother's grief is real. And my prison sentence is real. If you're in online communities where people talk about swatting, doxing, or harassing people in real life, leave. Get out. Find better communities. If someone offers you money to swat someone, say no. Report them. If you think swatting is funny, it's not. It's a federal crime that can get someone killed. If you've ever considered swatting someone over a game, a bet, an argument, don't. Walk away from the computer. Go outside. Remember that real people exist. I threw away my life over a $1.50 bet in Call of Duty. I'm serving 20 years because I wanted to win an online argument. I got a man killed because I forgot that the internet is connected to real life. Don't make my mistake. Your online actions have real-world consequences, and those consequences can destroy lives. Andrew Finch was 28 years old. He was a father of 2. He worked in maintenance. He loved his family. He played video games with his niece. On December 28th, 2017, he opened his front door to see why police were at his house, and he was shot and killed because of a phone call I made. His kids are teenagers now. They've grown up without their father. His mother still lives in that house where she watched her son die. And I'm here. 7 years down, 13 to go, all because I thought swatting was just a prank. They call me inmate 8845M. I'm 32 years old. I killed a man with a phone call. The internet is not separate from real life. Online actions have offline consequences. If you think swatting is funny, remember Andrew Finch. Remember his kids without a father. Remember his mother's grief. And remember me, serving 20 years in federal prison because I forgot that real people exist on the other side of the screen. This isn't a game. This is real life. Act like it.